A lot of you voted for your own demise. You know? A lot of you people voted for your own demise. You voted out of hatred and racism. You voted because you hate brown people. So this is what you're getting. Capitalism. What are you going to do with your Trump stimmy check? I don't know. I don't even know if I'm getting one. Racism sucks. We all know that. Racism stinks. We all know that it's bad. It's like, enough of it, man. It's only there to distract. The racism is there to distract, to keep the poor whites being like, doing the dirty work, and then the rich whites eventually on the poor whites, and then the poor whites will turn around and blame black people. Many voted because they hated woke stuff. No, you're wrong. That's a white woman response. You're wrong. Black people were gonna go away and not get anything. So no, not the woke stuff. Don't try that shit with me. Nobody, anti-blackness always supersedes all of the other shit. It wasn't the woke shit, please. That was a typical white person answer. I was like, come on now, stop. I mean, they took away DEI and they took away affirmative action because they think black people were benefiting from it when white women were benefiting from it. White women were benefiting from affirmative action and DEI the most. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? These are just all facts. It's not me trying to start anything. It's just facts. The typical, no, it's because of the woke What? First of all, the woke movement was taken away from black people in the 90s. Black people started woke. It was for waking up to white supremacy. And then whites came in and gentrified it with. So stop. When you're educated, I'm impenetrable. No, it's all. And she doesn't leave, because usually when you tell a white person some real shit, they leave and run off. We're talking about the woke. You said the woke thing, people voted for wokeness more than anti-blackness, which is not true. People were voting out of racism. A lot of people were, listen, I'm not an expert in politics, but I'm pretty good at racist. She's still here. She's Syria. She says she's from Syria. She was white. She looked white from here. But listen, most people voted because they didn't like blacks or Mexicans. But also some Latinos voted because they didn't like black people either. And they didn't like dark Latinos. And they were in, but they got a wake-up call, see? So we got to be real with this. We got to make sense out of this. This is not me just talking. I'm speaking about what I can clearly see from a distance. And that's the problem. You're way far away from this. But anti-blackness happens in Arabs. Arabs don't, listen, there's anti-blackness in the Arab culture too. No, nothing, anti-blackness is also can't generalize Arabs. First of all, Olu, you need to shut the fuck up. I'm not generalizing Arabs. So shut up. I don't want any black people on here cooning on my shit. I don't generalize Arabs, okay? I have friends that are Arab from different types of Arabs. I have North African friends. I got Morocco, Egypt. I got Saudi friends. So you don't, shut the fuck up talking on my shit. Seriously, I don't need that save a Negro shit. I don't need that. One thing I don't do is I don't generalize people. Not saying you were. See my other comment. What I'm saying is, first of all, that in the Arab culture, they're abusing Sudanese people right now. The Arabs. Do you understand that? Arabs had slave ships. They had slaves. I'm just being honest. I know there's not every Arab is racist. I know that, of course, because there's a wonderful Arabs that I know. So I'm saying anti-blackness is real. I'm in these countries. What are you all talking about? The U.S., America was built on black slave labor. Yeah, the 13 colonies, it was cotton, it was sugar, it was tobacco plantations. They brought black slaves to build the economy. That's all facts. You can read it up. You got to read on that stuff, man. Yeah, it was all built on black slaves. The first thing that was traded on Wall Street was black slaves. That was the first commodity. You're making a generalization about, there's another white person talking. Making a generalization about Canadians. You guys make generalizations about black people. I'm not even making generalizations. I'm telling you the truth. Canadians hide their racism. They're just as racist as Americans. How am I generalizing? I mean, come on. Canadian television is, there are no people of color in Canadian television, right? There's barely any people of color on Canadian television, because in Canadian television, you're supposed to have like 67% Canadian television and the rest is American. So stop it. They don't talk about it until they dig up indigenous kids. Right. You guys killed Native Americans. You stole children from Native American families. You know how I know? Because I did a podcast, the Mohawk podcast in Montreal, and the indigenous people told me on the podcast what was going on. So stop. Like, it's what it is, man. It's not, you can't just you're getting sensitive. You're just getting sensitive. Like, you can't. I didn't say every single Canadian was a bad person. I never said that. Why do some black people vote for Trump? Because there's some are Republicans. A lot of black people, I agree with a lot of what you're saying. I just find it incomplete and oversimplified. But what's incomplete and oversimplifying? Don't use big words that don't make sense. What does that mean? What does that mean? She said, for Canada, I am incomplete. What is it? What's incomplete about what I said about Canadians? Canada was taken over. Okay. Canada, which was the name that the Native Americans, it was meant village. It was a Native American. All of North America was all Native American. So where are all the indigenous people at then? Before all the immigrants came, where did the indigenous people of Canada go? You guys, you have your Thanksgiving is in October. So you murdered the Indians earlier. That's a joke, no, but it's true. So where did all the Native Americans go? Let me know. Let me see if I'm incomplete. Let's see. I'm just saying.